Welcome to Mindfulness Lists. The urgency of transformation is one of the last sections of the first chapter of A New Earth. So the urgency of transformation, what could that be about? Emergency? Get up, get down, 911 is a joke in your town, maybe? Probably, maybe. The way that Eckhart Tolle explains the urgency of transformation, he talks about the ocean, and talks about a part of the ocean getting separated from the rest of the ocean, and then the ocean starts to dry up and the animals within it have to venture onto land. And maybe that's our status right now. We need to try some new stuff. I think it's kind of exciting. It might seem scary to some people to have to do something new, but I think it's exciting. I like the way that things are. I think there's a lot of bad things, but I think life is a reflection of what's going on inside of us. And what's going on inside of me, it's about half good and half bad. When I sit down and meditate, half of the time it's not pleasant, and the other half of the time it's great. And I find that in my life. So I don't think life is that bad. I really don't. But would I like to try something new? Would I like maybe just a little bit more pleasure and a little less pain? Of course I would. I would love that. I'm thankful for my life. I've had a great life. What I've experienced is as I get older, I suffer less. And I think it's just because I'm becoming more and more aware. I'm sure there's some people, I know there's a lot of people that don't have it as good as I have it. My life has been really good. I have never missed a day of eating or drinking in my life unless I chose to, if I was sick or something. And I'd say that's a good life, because there's people out there that have it tough, and I'm thankful. But I think that things could change, and I'm okay with things changing at their natural rate. I don't want to force them. I think some people want to fix everything and go out and march against things. And I think the world is just going to take its natural path. And I'm okay with that. I'm patient enough to where when the world is ready to change, I'm sure some people are ready to change and other people don't want to change. So when the world hits that tipping point, I'm okay with it. Maybe it'll be within my lifetime. Maybe it won't. I used to really kind of feel like there was some type of conspiracy, really literally conspiracies, Illuminati BS type stuff. There's definitely bad people out there, and bad stuff goes down every single day. But the thing that you don't hear about is the good stuff that goes down every single day. There's people out there, there's health workers, there's all kinds of good stuff. And that stuff doesn't get on the news because that does not sell newspapers. Not that newspapers are sold anymore, but people want to hear about drama. Some people do. I don't even read the news because a lot of it's conjecture. Oh, what if there's a market crash? I don't care. I'm almost 50 years old, and there's been talk about drought and whatever the negative news media pushes on us. And I've always been okay. And why would I not be okay? It's been 50 years. So now should I switch my way and start reading about the news and worry about if there's a market collapse? I don't care if there's a market collapse. We'll have to make it. And if we don't, we'll die. And that's just life. There's life and there's death. There's birth and there's death. And I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with it. But I used to think that there was some conspiracy going on, and it's just the natural way of things. Good stuff happens, bad stuff happens. There's no conspiracy going on. I don't have time. I'm at the second half of my life. I don't have time to sit around and try to figure out things. I consider conspiracies like this. Okay, what if there was a meteoroid? Meteoroid? I guess that's the word. An asteroid. Meteors or asteroids? I don't know what the difference is between those things. What if there was something, I'll put it this way, that was going to hit Earth? An asteroid or a meteoroid. Maybe their sizes. I don't know. I'm tripping out. So something that was going to hit Earth and end life on Earth. And you figured out, you saw this thing in a telescope. You said, oh my God, something's going to hit Earth and it's going to happen in 10 years. So what would you do? Would you sit there for the next how many ever days that is? 3,650 days. If you had 3,650 days to live, would you sit there in the telescope and say, yep, okay, that's one day less that I have to live and it's coming, it's still coming, and sit there for 10 years? That's kind of similar to wasting your life on negative news media, sitting there and saying, oh my God, this went down today. Stuff is gonna happen. People are gonna die. People do die. There's murders. Terrible stuff happens out there. And I'm not trying to make less of it. That stuff is terrible. It doesn't help though for me to feel bad about it. Just because World War I or World War II went down, feeling bad about it doesn't mitigate it. It doesn't do anything for it. Awareness of it helps, obviously there's been hundreds of wars and none of them have ended war. So that's something to be aware of. But, sitting there and, worrying about stuff, it doesn't do anything. It could probably kill you from stressing if you want to do that, if you want to die earlier, if you want heart problems, if you want high blood pressure, be my guest. So there is, urgency for transformation, though. There definitely is. Will it happen? You look at what's happening. Animals and plants are dying at an alarming rate. They are. We're still kicking. We're still eating food. We still have cows to eat and vegetables and stuff to eat. So there's definitely an emergency. But the thing that seems to control it is just huge money, people that are seriously rich. And it seems in my experience that it doesn't matter what you do. Big money, people who control stuff are going to do what they do. So maybe it'll play out until those people feel the emergency. When they get affected by it, maybe it'll change. It's just conjecture. I don't know. Maybe the group will change things. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really believe in voting, so I don't think that's going to change it. But maybe everybody not feeling right, it'll just create this feeling in the air and there will be a need to change. I don't know. And that's okay, because I do not need to know, and neither do you. There's no need to figure that stuff out. We're going to be okay. I've been okay for 50 years, and I have faith that my life is going to unfold just fine the way it is. So the last section of the first chapter of A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle is called A New Heaven and a New Earth. And he says this title came from the Bible. And what it refers to is a new heaven is a metaphor for a new state of mind. And he goes to explain kind of the concept as it is above, it is below. So a new state of mind will result in a new earth. If we change the way that we think about things, the world will change as well. When that happens, I don't know. But I definitely do experience this, so it's definitely something that you can experience yourself when you start to become stronger and have more concentration and more mindfulness, more meditation, you will see your life change. So this is something through direct experience that you can experience. When our minds change, our world does change. So that's the first chapter of A New Earth, and I will see you soon. Eventually, time is an angel or devil, best